Question. Did you know that I was a former school teacher? Yep, grades 3 and 6. And as a rule, and you could ask any of my former students, I always gave quizzes on Fridays. Who knows? This may be the start of something new, but we're going to try it for today. This week, I'd like to test your knowledge on some frugality questions. However, I will be back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Thanks so much for being here. Going to get right into the questions. They are true or false questions. You could grab a pen or just say it out loud in the air. No one's going to grade you. True or false? A stockpiler of grocery items is exactly the same as being a hoarder. True or false? Next, this channel believes in cleaning out their refrigerator about twice to 3 times a month. True or false? Next, this channel says never buy meat on Manager Special. This channel says never buy meat on Manager Special. True or false? Next, true or false? Even low-income families should start a stockpile. True or false? Even low-income families should start a stockpile. Next, cup of noodle soup lasts forever. True or false? Next, this channel will be starting a monthly interview show with Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom. True or false? Next, true or false? Eggs are a good source of protein. Next, this is an open-end question. Name some ways to save money on gas. This is where I'm asking you to just list some ways that you could come up with to save money on the use of gas for our cars. I think this would be very helpful for everyone, and I would appreciate that. So let's go back to the answers. Knowing my smart viewers, I bet every single one of you got every single one of these correct. All right, number 1, a stockpiler of grocery items is the same as being a hoarder. Absolutely not. Absolutely false. And you could go back to a video that gets right into it, and I will list that in the description box below, or also sometimes I put it in the comment section below. There is an incredible difference between a stockpiler who is conscientiously, slowly but surely putting together reserved foods or goods for the possibility of an emergency. Emergencies will strike. The emergency can be as, quote, end of quote, as small as a short-term power failure, like for a half a day. It could go into more than that. I've done it, as I told the story many, many times. That's one example. The other example is sudden income loss. The other example is you just might want to save a buck or two because of rising prices. Just saying. Next. This channel believes in cleaning out the refrigerator and freezer at least 2 times a month. Absolutely true. I personally like to do it on a schedule of about 7 to 10 days. Therefore, that translates to about 3 times a month. Why do I do it so often? Guess why? Because the more often I do it, the less of a chore it is. If you let that thing pile up and pile up, you can't even identify some of your own food. Not only is it food waste, but it's not good for you to have. It just makes your life that much harder, and you're wasting money. Hard-earned money at that. And none of us here like food waste. Next, true or false? This channel says never buy meat on Manager Special. True or false? Absolutely false. I have always said get the Manager Special. However, there is a contingency to it. Those big orange stickers that say Manager Special are put there for a reason, not just to give you a great price on something. Usually, more often than not, that item is soon to expire or soon to be wanted off the shelf, like a Best Buy type of date. My strong suggestion is as soon as you get it home, cook it the same day. If you don't plan on cooking it the same day, my rule of thumb is immediately wrapping it up for the freezer. That way to extend the life of that item a little bit longer. But whatever you do, just don't throw it in your refrigerator and forget about it for the rest of the week. It defeats the purpose, and you're going to end up either using bad food or wasting your money, both of which I don't recommend. Next, true or false? Even low income families should start a stockpile. I have news for you. Lower income families should even more, in my honest opinion, have extra reason to start a stockpile. Well, how can you start a stockpile if you don't have anything in the first place? One can at a time. That's how you get started. There are umpteen wonderful videos regarding this. And as I have recommended in the past, please go over to two channels, the At Home with Lynn Wilson channel and the Rhoda Stone channel. Those two focus a lot of their effort and energy, not just on stockpiling, but when they do, they really get into it, okay? Sorry, the lower your income, the more you actually need to stockpile. And yes, you can begin with one can at a time. Next, cup of noodle soup lasts forever. There are Best Buy dates. There are expiration dates on it. There's even a video on the At Home with Lynn Wilson channel that explains an incident that she had with something like that. It wasn't very pretty. Just saying, just saying. That's why it's imperative that you check your stockpile and you rotate your goods. Next, this channel will be starting a monthly interview show with Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom. We're going to alternate the location of the show. 1 month she's on my channel, 1 month I'm on her channel, but it's still the same show. 1 month I will host the show, next month she will host the show, and it's going to be good, and I look so forward to it. It's such an honor that I get to do such a thing. And really, we just want to give out helpful information. That's why we are here, to give out helpful, useful information. And I believe with the two of us, we can do just that. Next, true or false? Eggs are a good source of protein. Heck yes. And penny by penny, because basically eggs really are pennies. I mean, some people, I don't know, I would love to know what state does this, but I oftentimes hear in here that they pay 99 cents or $1.50 for a dozen eggs. I'm like, really? I never have done that. Maybe when I was about 20 here in New York, but even at $3 or $4, it's still cheap. It is still cheap because let's say you get a dozen eggs. That's 12 chances at great protein. So it's up to you to utilize it very well. Don't waste them either. All right, so the following question is the final question, and it was an open-end question to you guys. Name some ways to save money on gasoline. We could all use that tip or trick. So if you have something that you know of that absolutely helps you, please don't hesitate to enter that information right here. All right, so this is curious to me. Let me know how you did on this test. I am darn curious. Maybe once every Friday, maybe every alternate Friday, I'm going to come up with quizzes. This should be a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm just used to testing people. It's just a fun thing to do. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. All right, in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate who? You. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more tips, tricks, saving ideas, recipes, and now even a quiz or two. Ay. Sounds good to me. Hope it sounds good to you. Going to end this with my outro, and I'll be back with a wave. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye bye.